This campaign has taught me much, that leaders must be tough enough to fight, tender enough to cry, human enough to make mistakes, humble enough to admit them, strong enough to absorb the pain, and resilient enough to bounce back and keep on moving.
The Reverend Jesse Jackson died today at the age of 84 after a long battle with illness. His passing marks the end of a life dedicated to activism.
Yeah, for more than a half century, that activism put Jackson squarely at the center of America's struggle for racial justice. It was evident in his work with Dr. Martin Luther King, his creation of the Rainbow Push Coalition, his 2 historic campaigns for the White House, and his role in international diplomacy, and a lot more.
Jesse Jackson made many visits to Wisconsin over the years. Tonight, Ardua Israr joins us live in the studio to share one Milwaukee family's reaction to his death. Dua?
Natalie and Jessup, that's right. In 2014, 31-year-old Dontre Hamilton was shot and killed by a Milwaukee police officer. Hamilton's family says during the hardest time of their lives, Reverend Jesse Jackson stood right beside them. And that's the memory of the civil rights leader they'll always remember.
We're never going to give up on his justice or no one else's.
Grief has a sound. For Nate Hamilton Jr., it echoes through marches and the memories of his brother. Do you miss him?
Every day. Every day. Not a day to go by, I don't miss him, don't think about him.
In 2014, 31-year-old Dontre Hamilton, who struggled with mental illness, was shot and killed in Red Arrow Park by a Milwaukee police officer. The officer was not criminally charged, but still fired for violating MPD's pat-down policies. Dontre's death sparked protests across the city.
This is what democracy looks like.
At those protests, next to Nate, stood Reverend Jesse Jackson.
He was here at All People's Church supporting us and marching alongside of us.
On Tuesday, the Baptist minister who dedicated his life to the civil rights movement died. He was 84.
You know, it's a heartache, you know, when you find someone who's worked so hard and was so impactful. It's just, you know, it's hard to replace that type of person.
While Reverend Jackson's fight for civil rights shaped the nation, his frequent visits to Wisconsin shaped the lives of the families he touched.
His smile, his demeanor, and his the way he accepted us and listened to us and heard our story.
It's that support, Nate says, they hope to pass on, to help families the way Reverend Jackson helped theirs.
We remain looking, you know, at society and humanity as something that can always be better. And if we lose focus of that, then we're going to fail us all.
Now, Dontre Hamilton's death sparked change in Milwaukee, including requiring officers to wear body cameras. Nate says change like that couldn't have been possible without Reverend Jackson's support. Natalie.